Can you guys hear me out there? Is everybody awake tonight? Welcome in, everyone. Just finishing up some background technical difficulties. How did everybody like the intro that I can't get off the screen? Good, right? Huh? Fantastic, right? Guys, am I clear right now? You can hear me. Okay, that's good. We can hear. Can you guys see me okay? Am I blurry? How's everything going? I've spent the last 15 minutes trying to make sure that this was like halfway mediocre. If you see my stupid setup over here, very clear. Oh, look at this. Chris, you're shocked? I'm not shocked in the least that I'm the only one here right now. How are you guys all doing? Listen, since I'm here by myself, I'm going to start saying hello to everybody before we get too far into everything. Wow, I got to go way back. You guys have already been chatting it up over here. Riley, welcome in. Anna, how are you doing tonight? Travis, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by the Whatnot show. We finished up our charity stuff finally on Tuesday. Chase Chaser, how are you doing? Chase, your stuff looks a lot better than Funko so far. We'll talk about that tonight. Once John, if John shows up, if John doesn't show up, it's fine. We'll talk all the smack that we need to about all the stuff that went on tonight. Brian, welcome in. David, I hope you're doing well this evening as well. Hope you're doing well as well. Michael, hello. I said hi to Travis. I said hi to Riley. I did not say hi to Pedro. Monster Pete, how are you doing? Holly, welcome. Congrats on the giveaway win the other night. Evelyn, hello. Hope you're doing great down there in hopefully sunny Florida. We've had a lot of clouds up here in Michigan for the last week or so. Sam, welcome. I'm trying to read some of the comments. If I feel kind of weird just being like here all by myself, I expect some kind of feedback. But Pipsqueak, hello. Jeremy, hello. Wow, you guys really listen. I'm gonna have to skip back past some of you guys. Randy, welcome. Fresh Finds, hello. Travis, gifting. Oh, look at gifting a membership. Travis, that's super nice of you. It looks like maybe Chris got that. Received. Look at Chris. Chris, welcome in. Well, welcome to the posse. Welcome to. Is that? Can you still say that? I don't even know if you could say that anymore. Is that like 90s slang or 80s slang? Brian, 10 months. We're almost at a year. Huh? Just the summer will be ending when we celebrate our 1-year anniversary together. Michelle, hello. Sir Bass, welcome. Pops with the Huff. Jessica, I hope you're doing fantastic. Guys, welcome to another Thursday night. You're seeing my big face here because nobody else is here as of yet. John should be joining us. I believe Josh is on vacation today, so he's going to be probably enjoying probably enjoying whatever he's doing right now because a vacation sounds fantastic. It also sounds fantastic to me. Guys, what have you guys picked up this week? Let's chat a little. I usually ask the guys this. Have you guys picked up anything? I've seen some of the Thrilljoy stuff this week, and holy smokes, people are pulling chases left and right. Our first box was supposed to be here. I got to see if it actually came in. We were supposed to get it on Monday. I don't remember seeing it, but I got to double check that. And we'll definitely talk about Fun Days boxes tonight, and then we'll talk about some of the SDCC stuff as well, because we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? Magma, 29 months. Look at that. Almost 3 years. Wow. I mean, we're getting close to 3 years. We can almost. I think we'll be official. Jetman, I want 100 more different Freddy. Oh my gosh! Don't even say that. Like when I started putting the thumbnail or the slides together tonight, and I started looking at the amount. I'm gonna save some of that. Have you guys picked anything up this week? Has anybody won out? Listen, did you guys get NFTs? Did you guys stay away from the NFTs this week with the knowing that the boxes of fun were coming. Did anybody do anything? I seen so who okay, I see Chase Chaser got some of the packs. Get out of here. You got one of the you got a one of well, son of a gun. That is pretty friggin' amazing. I'm gonna have to go check that one out. Okay, listen, I see John staring at me right now. It's a very small icon on my screen, but I feel like he wants to jump in here. So I am gonna bring him in if I know how to do. Oh, we got to click the little toggle.
Oh, hey. What's going on, everybody?
See? We're live. What do you think of that?
Are we live? Are we doing this?
We're live. We're live. So watch your mouth. Don't act like you typically do when we're not live.
When no one's watching.
Yeah, you know, you usually do the opposite of that for while we're live. John, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I got blown up pretty bad with my Fun Days prediction. So the DMs, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't answer a lot of people on Instagram because it's so crazy how, and it's not the people in here, and maybe this is a bad topic to like get off, to start the stream off with, but like I don't appreciate being attacked like on behalf of Funko's decisions. Like I don't work for Funko. I don't make the decisions, but
you don't have a direct line right to Mr. Funko.
Yeah, so I told a bunch of people I actually had a video that I was gonna drop today, but I was just kind of bummed with people. I don't know, like it's not rude, but people are just like, and I know Chris is like kidding. I know he's joking and everything, but like some people like just laughing at me saying how how mistaken I was for my prediction on the sellout. People getting upset at me like, why are the boxes still alive? Like, why are there 22 Freddy Green Lanterns in all these different colors? I'm like, I don't know. And then other people like being like, it's not fair that this Diamond Wonder Woman Franny's only 50 pieces. Like, once again, I didn't make this decision. I didn't decide all these things. So I was going to do a video and then I just decided not to. So.
I get that. I mean, listen, this wasn't like we'll go through all this, but that's not the entire, like we're going to see some other stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of other stuff.
You think we're getting a, should we just get right into it? Should we get right
let's
into
just
the
jump
slide?
into it.
Here, let me pull up the slide.
Like, I know some people who are there. There's going to be a lot of stuff. Like, this is not it. Like, we're going to see a lot of stuff, especially in the next 72 hours. So
now, do we want to start with the SDCC stuff, or let's go box of fun since it was box of fun?
I would go box of fun, and then we could
agree.
kind of kind of circle back to SDCC and get everybody's thoughts. I want to say this though. I think that Funko made I want to say 3 horrible decisions this week that I think contributed to the situation that we're in. And Vince, you can agree with me or disagree with me, but first horrible decision I think was them dropping the Marvel NFTs on Tuesday, a day before the box of fun drop yesterday. The second horrible decision, in my opinion, was waiting so long and never really officially announcing, like, yeah, we figured out what time it was going to be through other channels, but why Funko was not blasting for the last 2 to 3 weeks what time this box was going to be dropping on their website, I just think contributed to why so many people, like there was people that messaged us yesterday. They were like, is the box of fun going live today? Like they thought it was going live in a month with San Diego Comic-Con like normal. And then finally,
I was one of those people as well. I mean, honestly, I've been a little bit out of the loop the last month or so. And I was saying the same thing. I kept on just assuming that like it was going to be next month. It was weird. I guess I wasn't super surprised it didn't sell out, even though like you were able to get 4 boxes. But I feel like last year, I feel like people felt like they got burnt a little bit because we had the EQL last year, and like I put in for 4 boxes thinking I was going to get one, and then we got no. Wait a minute, I got like 6 boxes last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know some people got burned by that, but I kind of thought the opposite. I mean, EQL aside, maybe some people got burned by EQL. I get that. I thought this box was going to sell out. I really did, just because it was lower price than last year. They got rid of the fluff. Sodas are back. Like I thought there was a lot of things to be hyped about. But just to round out my thought really quick, the third
Mhm.
bad decision that I thought they made was dropping all the reveals for all the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. Like that just, I feel like, confused so
It
many people. I
yeah,
mean, we had
yep.
people on our live stream yesterday asking like, "Hey, can I buy the San Diego Comic-Con stuff?" And it's just like, I think Funko made a good decision by separating Fun Days and San Diego Comic-Con. But however, if you make a decision that changes how you operate for your biggest con and biggest event of the year, you have to be rock solid on your marketing. And I feel like, our community is awesome, and I feel like we have probably been huge supporters of the box of fun just because we've been talking about it. We've been getting the information out. Like, I don't think they would have sold as many boxes if it wasn't for us. I mean, we had over 300 people watching when the box dropped yesterday on our live stream. It's just because you have to tell people, you have to be black and white, you got to be forthcoming with the information. If you just play coy, people are not going to show up. They're not going to buy your stuff if they don't know it's dropping.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that I think what you said was exactly, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think them dropping the SDCC stuff this week made it even like it just was between the Marvel stuff, then the SDC stuff, then the box of fun stuff. It was like, what are we doing next week? We all gonna just sit around and like, you know what I mean? Why didn't they spread
Yeah.
this out? Like if they were, maybe they don't have total control over when they had to drop the NFTs. Maybe they did. The NFTs probably should have been last week. They could have done the box of fun this week. They could have done the SDCC reveals. Then we got a little break, a couple weeks where but the SDCC reveal should have been after, like, because they're already shipping boxes out. People should have boxes in hand probably the beginning of next week. We're gonna have all the festivities are this weekend, correct?
Everything's
Yeah,
this week.
so
Starts
like
tomorrow morning.
that's what I'm saying, and that's gonna get that like that's gonna generate. It always generates its own hype because people are flipping stuff, and not that it's honestly this is the one time that it's a good thing that they're flipping stuff because it starts to get people excited, but like then we got like all these Freddy. Listen, if I'm being 100% honest, I'd rather have 15 different Freddys like this than the 15 Chrome Freddys because it's not like the first time they've ever done something like this before.
Yeah,
Would you prefer the Chrome Freddys over this? It's a thought. Okay.
I don't know.
Do you hate this? Listen, when I seen all these Green
No,
Lanterns,
I don't hate this 100%. I hate this
okay.
50%. I like the Green Lanterns. I just hate how this situation unfolded because
Mhm.
there is a small chance, I know, very unlikely, like 1% chance. There's a 1% chance this isn't even real. I know, but it's been shared out by so many news outlets, like it's probably real, right? We have yet to see an actual physical picture of one of these Freddy Green Lanterns, which I find so bizarre. Like, how did not one of these leak out somewhere through the grapevine? But we have we have glam shots, we have piece counts, we have known if it's online or in person. I like Green Lantern. I love all the different lantern cores. I just They're $1 billion company. There is no reason whatsoever why they couldn't do different molds for every Freddy Green Lantern. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, perfect. This is the perfect picture right
Yeah.
here. I'm telling you guys right now. I hope Funko is listening. I would literally hunt down every single color of these Freddy Green Lanterns if they were 4 different molds. Like, if you want to do like 3 of them the same mold, like every 3 is the same mold, but the fact that every single one is the same mold, like I really only feel the need to get the actual, like, just the Green Lantern. I don't really see the need, in my opinion. Maybe one of the blue lanterns because that's cool, but yeah, and then there's a random Franny. It's just so weird.
And the Franny looked really good too. I thought the Franny looked good.
Franny's beautiful.
And then this was just weird. Like, why did they? So they also had the, and let me get back to it because this is the only thing I hate about these slides is I can't preview them. But
Yeah.
like, look at the Joker. I'm sorry, the Joker, the Two-Face Freddy.
Yeah.
Like, how good is this? And then, you know, I'm going to be curious how these boxes lay out. Like, what I'm worried about a little bit is we're going to get one of the Green Lanterns. We're going to get one of the Freddy
Yeah, one
Frannies
of the
that we seen last
mascots.
week,
Yeah.
that looked like they weren't really limited at all. And then we're going to get something else. and I'm not going to love that, but it does kind of, if we go back to what was it with all the Chrome stuff, was that 2018? Trying to
Yeah,
remember.
it was around there. It was like, yeah, I think it was
It was like
2018.
2018. We got some good stuff, I think, in 2018 as well, but we did get that whole line of, and those Chrome Freddies actually held pretty good value. And like I said, I think I'd rather have the lanterns, but at the same time, like there was like there's like what 16 I'm not even joking. I think there was.
I think if I had to choose, I would actually choose the chromes over the lanterns. Like if I had to, if you
Yeah, I
said
kind of get
I can
that
have
too.
one set, just because the chromes, it's like it's a full color. But that's like the point of it, right? Like it's supposed to be a full color pop, and it's fine. Like those were the same mold. It is what it is. But with these, like it's I and somebody has a great point. I just saw it in the chat. Oh, chat's flying right now. But Colton said, my problem with the lanterns is that they're all from the same year/box. Do one or two, spread them out, but I like them a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, they could have done that. That would have been great. And Anna brought up a good point. No Proto. Like, where the heck is Proto the dog? So I'm excited for the Franny. I'm excited because I'm not going to be able to get it. I'm sure it's going to be like a $2,000 to $3,000 pop easy, because it's only 50 pieces. But not a great
And I would
start.
imagine that they're going to have a Franny that's not this limited as well. I'm sure we're going to see
Yeah,
something.
I think there needs
This
to be like, I don't understand what they don't understand. Like, I think this might be the year that makes them actually look in the mirror, because the box hasn't sold out. I anticipate them, selling a lot more boxes tomorrow, because Friday's payday for a lot of people. Some people are just waiting or whatever. They want to see how the weekend unfolds. So I think the box will sell out in a few days, maybe by Monday or Tuesday. Like it will sell out at some point, especially when more people realize. Like, that's the other thing too. Funko is offering a 1 in 50 chance of getting the in-person box. And once, like, that marketing team, like, what are they doing? Like, that is marketing gold right there. Like, that thing would be sold out if they actually sat down and had a proper marketing strategy. But I don't think there should be any repeats for Freddy or Franny characters for Fun Days. Like, I think there should only be, and I've said this for years, we've all agreed, like, there should only be one Freddy Green Lantern. There should only be one Franny as Wonder Woman. If you choose to make the only Franny Wonder Woman 50 pieces, so be it. Like, that's fine. If you want to wait another year, and then just like what they're doing with Two-Face. Last year, the Blacklight Two-Face was 500 pieces. This year, the regular Two-Face is what, like 3,000 or 5,000? Like, that's
3,000, I think.
yeah, that's fine. Or Chris, hey, maybe you're right. Maybe it won't sell out, and then that will force them to look in the mirror. Now, I'm not going to not buy boxes, because I really enjoy Fun Days and I enjoy collecting, these types of pops. So I'm not going to not buy something. Like, I'll give you a perfect example of something I'm not going to buy. Like, I'm not going to buy that, and I'm sure we'll get into it later, the Azrael Red Batman that they're doing for San Diego Comic-Con, because that mold is from NFTs.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that the NFTs and the regular mainline pops, those molds should be separate. So, like, I'm out of spite, I guess, or out of just my passion for keeping the NFTs pure, I'm not buying that pop. I have no interest in collecting that pop for my collection. Yeah, but I'm still gonna buy. Like, I bought 4 Fun Days boxes. I'm happy that we bought them. I'm excited to see what we get.
Yeah, I think with this, and this is where leaks and stuff like that kind of just suck, because it sucks the air out of the room a little bit when you see this. Like, this is very underwhelming. So if you're on the fence, or if you're waiting for payday, or you're gonna slow play it, because we kind of got burned by the fun on the run boxes, I thought, a little bit, because those ended up all being, the thrill of the chase was still there, at least for that stuff. But that was like our first kind of taste of that. And then like I said, last year, I think when people ended up, it didn't, I think that a lot of people got a lot more boxes than what they were thinking they were going to get. So they were slow rolling it this year, especially since they were letting you buy 4. I bought 3. I got 3. And I don't regret it, because I really love the, I don't know what they're going to look like. In this, when I seen this get leaked out, it did make me like take a step back, because it looks almost fake, just the amount of
I thought it was fake at first. I thought somebody was just trolling us.
yeah, you feel that way, but I like this would not be weird in any sense. But you know, we don't know. We don't know for sure what we're gonna get. We don't know what the combinations are gonna get. We still don't know what the soda is gonna be in there. So like it should be. It sucks that this comes out right before because, like I said,
Yeah.
I think it takes the fun away a little bit. And they could be good boxes still. And you know what? I hope that they are because if you remember, one of the teams did not sell out last year. Might have been for the Fright Night one, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, well, the Fright Night, they screwed themselves because they only put the good pops. There was the one good soda, the
And
one good pop in the one team.
right. And you know, if that wasn't the case, would they have sold out faster? Would they have? They probably would have slowed
They
up.
would have sold out faster. Yeah, I'm still trying to get that Freddy. What is it? The Freddy, not werewolf. The Freddy Frankenstein soda that was only 500 pieces.
Yeah, that's what. And there was a couple different things like that. But you know, it'll be interesting to see how the boxes shake out. I'm hoping that it's not the way I'm thinking it's going to be, where it's kind of predetermined. We get what we saw last week. Like I said before, we get a lantern and we get something else, and then a soda. Like I hope that's not going to be the case. But I don't know.
This
Looking
all
at
just
this,
this screams rushed, and it would actually be well, before I get into the point that I wanted to say, I see some stuff in the chat, and I know Riley's at Fun Days. He's having a great time. He's excited for all the positivity after seeing
yeah,
a lot of negativity today. There was a lot of negativity today, and that's why, you know, I said in the beginning of the stream, like I didn't do my video. Uh, you know, I was pretty much kind of off social media for the most part ever since all this stuff happened this morning. I do want to say this though. So Laney says, I regret buying a box. I don't think you should regret buying a box, or if you're thinking about buying a box, like you're still going to have a lot of enjoyment from whatever you pull. Um, I also think that you're going to get your money's worth. Like all these people were messaging us and they were like, is this worth $85? Like, yeah, 100%. It's worth $85. Shipped, by the way, as Professor Josh pointed out, free shipping
mhm.
and everything. So I think you will definitely get your money's worth. You know, is it going to be like in years past where, you know, there's more opportunity to pull some super exciting stuff? You know, clearly not. But at the same token, if you are really turned off by this and you don't want to buy it, like don't buy it. Like you can vote with your wallet, and the only way to make Funko change for what you want it to be, or for it to change for you and be like, hey, I don't want to collect this if this is what they're offering, then you got to vote with your wallet. I just think that like don't make the decision based on what other people are doing. Like if you enjoy Freddy, if you enjoy this time of year, like pick up a box. If you are really upset about what's going on, don't buy a box. Like it's just that simple. Like, you know, you got to make your own decision for your own collection. But regardless of whatever you choose, I wholeheartedly believe that even if everybody gets a Freddy X Lantern color in their box, like you're still gonna have fun opening it up because we still don't know what the sodas are. There's rumors that there's gonna be lots of other Frannies. Like there's chances, like, you know, that's the thing too. Like if you don't buy a box and then you see someone in our group chat or you see someone in our community get, you know, one of those in-person boxes, like you will be kicking yourself a little bit. If somebody pulls a 50 piece of whatever it is, you're gonna be like, oh man, I should have just bought a box. I shouldn't have given into the negativity and, you know, the downward hype of what's going on. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't disagree. I think what's going to end up happening, I think that this is going to have to play out a little bit. I don't think that they'll sell out of the boxes until next week, until people start getting these in hand. Because, you know, the people that I would definitely not be upset, like if you bought one box, I think personally, I think this is a very cool Freddy. I mean,
Yeah.
I like this one. If I had to get rid of this one or the two that we saw last week, I'd keep this one all day. Even though there's 15 colorways of it, I'd still keep this one. I do like this. I just yeah, the amount that there is. But again, if you're buying multiple boxes, I guess you run the risk of getting the same color and you know you got the same same pop. But you know if you got one box, I think you like you said, John. I think you can have fun with it still. Like you're gonna get maybe get a lantern because as who pointed this out, future guy. You know, basically it's look. You know, and I have not done the numbers on this, so I'm gonna take your word for it. But basically half the boxes would have a lantern in it. That's not the end for me. That's not the end of the world. It's not like a, you know, and I get, you know, I see Michael's comment here too that this could be if you how many times have we said that
I
this could be
don't.
the?
I don't think
That's
this is. I don't think this is a sign of things to come. I purely think, and this is what I was about to get into too. I think they rushed this. I think this was a fun days they put together in like 4 weeks. I honestly do. Like you can just tell by the basic box design, like the multiple variants of the same mold. I think you know what this is gonna bite Funko hard, and I think this all
in a
comes
good way
from
for us.
and it'll be good for us. I purely think that Funko was really trying to get a leg up on Rocky Moto and Thrilljoy, regardless of what people think. If you think that Rocky Moto and Thrilljoy are not a competitor with Funko, I strongly disagree. And there's been some
I
people who have reached out to me and they say that these other two companies aren't even a blip on Funko's radar. They are. They are
I think that they are.
directly.
Listen,
Yeah.
especially if you're talking or following the people that are, hardcore, or people that are buying Fun Days boxes, because those are going to be the people that are plugged in a little bit more. Like a lot of those people bought Thrilljoy. And do you think Thrilljoy just happened to release it the week before they
Yeah.
did their
It's
box of fun? I don't know. Like, even though they released it like 4 times, and I was, whatever, last week talking about this, they had their drop on the 20th, and then Fun Days boxes are the next week. Maybe, hey, listen, maybe it was just a coincidence, but it really, I think that having Thrilljoy drop, and there's stuff like, it's what we loved about Soda. Like we'll see that a little bit more, but like I'm looking forward to start opening that up. I think Josh's video did really well too, that he opened up his Thrilljoy stuff, because people enjoy that kind of unboxing experience.
yeah.
So I think that took a lot away from the Fun Days boxes. I think the NFTs took away from Fun Days boxes.
Yeah,
I think that
somebody just wrote in the chat. It's probably gone now, but somebody just said I had to choose. I think it was everything under the umbrella. They said I had to choose between the NFTs or the box of fun. They chose NFTs. They pulled two grails and they're happy with their choice. There's other
yeah,
people that chose box of fun and they missed out on the NFTs. So I think Funko even making collectors make that choice because we don't have a bottomless budget, I think was just one of the poorest, dumbest strategies they think they could do. But yeah, I think they were being greedy. I think that they saw that Thrilljoy and Rocky Moto are both gearing up for a big San Diego Comic-Con. They wanted to get the leg up and do Fun Days now. Obviously, it might have been in their best interest to just let Rocky Moto and Thrilljoy take the win for San Diego Comic-Con in terms of hype, and then do Fun Days in August, or maybe not push it to September because then people have to work and stuff. So summertime, some people have a little bit more time off, but do it in August and do it right. Like give collectors a reason to fly halfway across the country or halfway across the world. Give everybody a reason to jump on their phone when this box is going to go live because they have to get this stuff. The other argument I will make really quick, and I see some people saying they wish they could return their box and everything, if especially if they had
well,
seen this picture
we haven't even
prior.
seen anything yet, though.
That's the thing. We haven't seen anything in person. And also, hear me out on this. And I'm looking at this from Funko's new structure and everything. This is the only time where you're going to get limited pieces this rare for retail, pretty much, until next year's box. Everything else is in that new tiered system. So if you want a chance at a 50 piece, which I know is a very low chance, but we still, some of you guys play the NFT game, right? I play the NFT game. The chances of pulling a grail are very low or redeemable. This is your only chance to get something for retail. So if you want it, and when I say retail, I mean $15, because any other limited piece moving forward for the rest of the year is going to be on that tiered system, that $20, $30, $60, $80, whatever it may be. So if you want to get some cool limited pieces for your collection, this is the cheapest you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to give it a chance. I want to see what else we're going to be getting. I want
Give it a
to like
chance.
I'm going to give it through the weekend before I'm not going to put the nail in anybody's coffin until I see the boxes in hand. Like until I see people start opening them. Like if every single box has a lantern, and like we can only speculate right now. So like I don't think now is the time to panic yet. I think once we start getting this stuff, and if there's not a good mix of things, and it really does feel the way that that it looks so far. I mean, let's call it what it is. Like I didn't love the two that they kind of showed last week, and they showed those, so we know that's part of it. I don't, love that there's 14 different lanterns that I'm looking at right now. But what are we going to actually get? What are we going to get in that soda? Is that going to be something cool? Could it get worse? It definitely could get worse. I'm hoping that it's going to get better, and I'm hoping that we're going to see some. I thought that the Two-Face was one of my, like, that's up
Two-Face looks
there. That's
great.
really far up there.
I really wanted the blacklight one, but I don't know if I have the money for that right now. So I'm excited to be able to hopefully pull the regular one.
Yeah,
So
and I want the regular one more. So, and I like
yeah.
that it was a 3,000 piece. Like, that's cool because I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it for maybe around 40 or 50
I
bucks.
was
And
I was also excited too. There was a lot of people who on the stream yesterday said that this was their first box of fun, and I don't want to take I don't want any of this to take away from your first box of fun experience because some people are new to the community. They've only been around for a year or two or maybe less. Other people who have been around, they may not have been able to get one of these boxes because yeah, they've sold out in years past very quickly. Like there was somebody who left a really kind comment on our live stream yesterday after the stream, saying that this was their first box and they're so excited and everything. And they were so grateful that they were actually still up after they were done with their work meetings for the day. So there's still a lot to be positive about, and there's still a lot to be excited about. I like what ST just said. The lantern colorways are all different, but the different colors represent different emotions. People may want to hunt down the emotion they want, hope, love, etc. It's not a bad idea. And that is so true. And you're also going to see various people, like if they really wanted to, mess with us, they would make one of these 24 pieces, make one of them 50 pieces, because there's going to be a handful of people out there who are going to want every single color there is.
yeah, and I mean, like I said before, I mean, they did this with the chromes. They've done this, in the past. And honestly, personally, I'd rather have these over that. And I'm not saying that this is great. Like, I'm not saying that it's great, but I think I don't think. Listen, if we're going like the top 5 things that Funko has shot themselves in the foot over, I don't know if this makes the top 5, the 12 or the 14 lanterns or whatever. Like, I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's like the most disastrous thing ever. And I get people, like if you don't like lantern at all, and your chances are you're maybe going to get this in your box. I get being upset over it, but if you only
I
got
think,
one box, be positive about it. Get the
yeah,
box in hand, open it up, make your decision then. Don't I hate to see people's fun being ruined before, and you know what I'm saying, before you even get a chance to
you got to give it a
make
chance.
a real judgment on it.
Yeah, and there's oh man, there's a bunch of a bunch of great stuff in the comments. Now I just forgot what I was gonna say. But everything under the umbrella makes a great point. There's a weird mentality going around. People would rather pay more in the secondary market for an LE item that was originally $50, but complain about NFTs or a box of fun LE pieces. And that is so true. And tomorrow night on Whatnot, Saturday night, Sunday night, you're gonna see people pay more than $85. I guarantee it, for some of these Freddy lanterns, when they don't know that they could probably just go over and buy the box and get multiple items for their $85. The thing that I was going to say is I think we're all shell shocked for 2 reasons. I think we're shell shocked because we put so much, like we put Fun Days on a pedestal, right? Like Fun
Yes,
Days is the pinnacle of Funko every single year. Like it is supposed to be, and as it should be.
as
This
it
is
should be, and Funko should be treating it that way too.
they
And I think,
should. They should treat it that way. Like, and not only that, they take their mascot, they take their own, pride and bread and butter of Freddy Funko, and they put them up there on display in limited edition form. That's where they should come to play. And I think because we hold it in such high regard, they have to really deliver to meet that standard. And I think for some of us, that standard is just it's just so high that Funko is not gonna even come close to what people are expecting. So when they do flop like this, it hurts even more. The other thing, which I mean,
yeah,
Vince, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. I think what's also contributing to this right here is because I think overall 2025 has actually been a very good year for us as Funko collectors so far. Like we've gotten some great NFT drops. We've seen some new IPs, some new characters we've never gotten before. WonderCon was, pretty good. It wasn't bad. We got some cool stuff. The San Diego Comic-Con catalog isn't bad. Like we have things that have gone well here in 2025. So I think we've now just come across a little bit of a landmine. And this is the first time, like I told Joanna yesterday was the first time we got negative comments on any of our Funko videos here in 2025. It was the first time in a while that I've seen people be like really negative, not like something against me. Like people are, they say stuff about me all the time, like, oh, your face is weird, or what's wrong with this guy, like grown man collecting toys and all this stuff. Like we get that all the time. I'm talking about like
I get it
pure
all the time.
negativity towards Funko. Like we haven't seen it in like 6 to 8 months. So I think because of those two things, it hurts. And I'm upset too. And I am hurt by this. And I want Funko to do better. I want them to succeed.
Yeah, and I'm right there too. I mean, when I seen it, I knew, like, I feel like we're realists. Like, I'm not trying to put a positive spin on this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be real about this. Like, when I seen it, it was a little bit disappointing. Did I regret buying 3 boxes? I swear. Listen, if anything, I'm honest. I try to be honest with my opinions. Even though I bought 3 boxes and I seen that there was all these lanterns, I still didn't regret getting the 3 boxes that I got. Because I genuinely am looking forward to some of the other stuff that's going to be in there. I've enjoyed the mascots that we've got over the last couple of years, and they've not like I don't only buy the boxes of fun for that potential of getting a grail that I can try to sell for $300. There are people that buy boxes with that intention only of that, which I have no issue with. Like I've got no problem with anybody trying to, hit something that they can flip around. But, at the end of the day, I think it's premature to like hate on everything until we see what happens. Now, once we get it in hand, and if you don't like your
Sell it.
box, so
Sell
be
it.
it. Everybody,
Donate it.
yeah,
Give it
sell them.
away if you
Like
really hate them that much.
Just when people start saying that they regret doing that, like I feel, it makes me feel bad that, you know, but
So I
I
want to
get it. And
address what Chris
again, I
just
think
said. Fresh Pine said just said, how the hell is our
sure.
standards high when there's the same mold of 16 pops? You're wrong, respectively. Well, I said our standards are high, and the fact that we want individually molded Freddies. Like I've been saying it for months. I've put out tons of videos that I didn't want to see head swaps.
I think we're saying our
Yeah, my
standards are
standards
high.
are
We're not saying
this
that
does not
Funko
meet my
standards are
standards
high.
whatsoever. My standards are
No.
ridiculously high for Funko, and I will tell you guys that
Yeah,
my
this is not meeting our standards is what we're
I mean,
saying
if
by this. Yeah, make sure that you guys understand that because we didn't like the sodas either when they just did the paint swaps on all the sodas. Was it 2 years ago now? I think it was 2 years ago that we got all the Freddies like as the
yeah.
turtles and Thor and all that different stuff. And it was just they're all painted different, what all with the 2 fingers up and like we that didn't meet our standards either. So there's definitely it's not always like they're not always knocking it
No.
out of the park
Like
with fun
my
days.
standards have not been
But
met for fun days probably since 2016. Like I thought 2016 was a killer year. 2017 was great when we got the different Supermans. I mean, heck, the different Supermans were the same mold, but I just like the fact that we got different uniforms. You could say that they're very similar to this, but we also got the Power Ranger Freddies in 2017. Like there was a lot of great stuff we got in 2016 through 2018. But here's the thing, like Funko will never meet my standards again as a collector, and that's where I agree with who just said it in the chat. I think it was Laney. Like I try to stay positive, but I'm a realist too. But here's the thing, like I have to be real with what Funko is going to put out, and I just make the decisions that best suit where I'm at in my collecting journey, and that's what you got to do. But however, I am going to stay positive, because if you get negative and you get down on yourself, like you can just get into this loop and this spiral, and then all of a sudden you find yourself commenting and in the wrong people's live streams and stuff. Like it can get very toxic very quick, and this is not I don't want that in my life. Like I have already like so many
yeah,
outside factors that I have to deal with, just like everybody, right? Like we all have negative forces coming at us. I'm not going to let negativity bring me down in the collecting space. And that's why, like, I've had to block a few people in the last few days who have come at us on Instagram, because it's like, you're being rude, you're crossing the line, you're being disrespectful, when like the company is going to do what they're going to do. Funko is going to succeed or drown on their own. When you take a step back and you look at it, like one person does not make a difference. A lot of people do make a difference. And that's why I just say, like, hey, if you want something, go get it. If you don't want it, don't get it. But don't take your anger and aggression out on other people in the community, because none of us have any control for what's on the screen right here. We are just bystanders.
Yeah, and I think so. Good point. Like I see what and David. So let's put it this way: if you're gonna watch, well, maybe you don't have to watch, but if you watch our videos, we're gonna open 3 boxes and we'll see how that's gonna turn out. All that I'm saying, I'm not judging
Yeah.
yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the kind of person that's gonna like judge the entire book without reading any of the pages. Do you know like not judging a book by the cover? Right now the cover don't look that good. Let's be honest. The cover's not looking too good, but I want to read the book before I make my judgment on it. And how am I going to feel? Listen, if I pull 3 of these Orange Rangers, I hope somebody out there reaches out to me and wants to swap them. Like, and let's do some
That's the beauty.
trades. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
Like,
beauty of
use
it.
it as a
Like,
positive. Use it as a little bit of a
yeah, and I think
positivity.
that's a great point.
Let's
And I think
trade.
people forget about that. Like, we're a community, right? Well, use the community, like take advantage of the community in the fact that, like, make relationships with people, like talk to people, like, say like, hey, I got this. Can I see what you got? Um, but at the same time, like, if you don't like it, you don't have to, like, you know, attack people if they do like it. That's just where I'm at right now.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and I don't think you are either, John. I don't think either one of us are defending like how really and if you feel upset by it or you feel duped because you have your right to that opinion just like everybody else. I think the biggest thing is let's see what we get in our hands because this was not released by
No, this
Funko
is
either. I
yeah,
mean,
and
and I'm
and
not
Randy
saying it's
brings that
not
point up. It's a
real.
very good point. These are not direct images from Funko. These are leaks.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when we're seeing stuff like this, and I'll be honest, now that I'm looking at the stickers, not all of the stickers, a lot of these
Yeah.
are show only, at least half of them. So you might not end up with a lantern in every single box. If we bought 3 boxes, we might only end up with 1 lantern. We might end up with 6 lanterns. I don't know, but let's get the boxes in hand. And I think that's kind of the thing. And it's not even the point of I hope that they sell more so they can sell it because I don't really. It doesn't
I
make a
mean, if they
difference to me.
sell
I have
if they
no
sell out, it's
tie
not
to
like they're cutting
Funko.
you a check. So
They're not cutting me a check. Listen, I don't get any. They don't even.
yeah.
They don't have a clue who I am, one way or the other. So I don't care if they sell out all the boxes or not. I like the boxes to sell out because I like more people participating in what's usually a really fun time of year. And it's kind of a bummer that everybody is not. And again, I'm not blaming you for that. Like they're the
Yeah.
ones putting this stuff out. It's met with negativity because most people don't love what they're seeing, but they did not release these picks. It's unfortunate that this came out right before we're going to have
I
this.
I I
Usually,
will say
what's
this
a really fun weekend
to answer
of
the
seeing a
question.
bunch of
I
different
forget who it was
things.
from. If this picture came out Tuesday night before the box of fun, I would still buy 4 boxes. Like, I would. I love
I
this
still would have
time of
bought
year.
3.
Like, I love
And I'm
this
being
event. I
honest right
still
now.
would have bought the boxes because, once again, this picture, they're not real pictures. It's a glam shot, and as Randy made a great point, is not directly from Funko. So, and even if these were directly from Funko, even if Funko said, "Hey, everybody's getting a Green Lantern in their box," I'd be like, "All right, well, there's still 2 other pops." And there's a soda. I will say this though, and Dave brought up a great point, and I agree with Dave. If you're upset about something, admit it. And I'm upset. Like, I don't like this situation. What I also don't like is I
Yeah.
think that on top of Funko's poor marketing strategy for even promoting the boxes, I think they technically false advertised the box. And I'm going to be really upset when this comes to fruition because they claimed that you're getting 3 limited piece pops and a limited soda, right? In the box. That's what, black and white. You can go to the website. We've talked about it. 3 limited edition pops. The Freddy, Franny, and Proto don't have piece counts on there. If that is not a 4th bonus pop and that is one of the 3 pops, technically everybody should get like $20 back because that is false advertising on the box. And I'm going to email Funko. I will literally email Funko and be like, you guys false advertised the box of fun. You said we were going to get 3 limited edition pops. Like, I'm upset over that. And I know like many people dismissed my frustration over that. People are like, you got to get over it. Like, Funko does that, all the time now. They false advertise. Like, why are we dismissing that? That is just as bad as them doing all of these. Actually, I would argue that I think that is more egregious than what we have on the screen right here because it's not that hard to run At least I don't think it's that hard to run their company. Maybe they will tell me like it is ridiculously hard to run their company, but I just don't think it's that hard to just advertise what you plan on selling.
Yeah, maybe their version of limited is they won't make more once they run them, but that's not what everybody else's version of limit is. Because honestly, when I saw those last week, I felt the exact same way. I wasn't ecstatic by that. And then you see these get, kind of leaked, and it's like another, it's taking a little bit of luster off. And like I said, usually this is a really fun time of year because you're going into the weekend. You start to see the people that are at fun days. They get to start opening some of their stuff. Now it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
what's going to be in the box? Like, are they going to have this version in the box? Is this version going to be in the box? When you already see what they released last week and then you see this, you're already assuming, personally, that is kind of what I'm assuming, is that we're going to see for the most part. And listen, maybe I'm assuming that wrong. And maybe we are assuming that wrong, because if we go by the numbers and we can see that some of these are show only on here, maybe it's just one in every third box that you're going to get a lantern. And then, you're maybe going to get one or two other things that are cool. I don't know. I don't want to make a judgment yet. And I'm not going to make a judgment yet.
The
I'm
last
not
thing
gonna
I will
be
say
negative
in regards to
Super
this,
negative.
no, it's
I'm a
okay
little
with
negative.
being a little negative. But I still think there's plenty to be excited about. Anyway, we could be having a completely different conversation next Thursday. Next Thursday night, like
Yeah,
we could have
correct.
learned that all the sodas are brand new characters we've never gotten with some ridiculously cool chases. We could see our first Franny soda. We could get all kinds of really awesome 50-piece uniquely molded Freddies and Frannies, and that would completely change everybody's perspective. And the whole lantern issue could just be a little blip in the overall event. The other thing that I just want to round this out with is what was I going to say? Oh, we don't have, this is not going on during San Diego Comic-Con. So I feel like there's more of a focus on this event and everything going on because you don't have the umbrella arc of everything else happening at San Diego Comic-Con. Fun Days is one night typically at San Diego Comic-Con. This is a standalone 3-day event, in addition with the box drop and everything. So I think this is being held under an even more magnifying glass. And like I said, you just got to let Funko succeed or drown. And you just choose. If you want to buy the boxes, great. If you don't want to buy the boxes, you don't have to. And the last thing I'll say, like,
I think
Fresh Finds, if you have a problem, like, we can talk about it off screen, but 100% I would have still bought 4 boxes, even if I saw this. I still
would have. Listen, again, I throw the honesty thing out. I still would buy 3 because I would still buy 3 knowing what I know today. I would still buy 3. Now, what I know after this weekend, maybe I'll change my mind. Like if something, I don't have the boxes in hand yet. Why would I regret anything yet? I'm not seeing that we're going to get just count up the numbers. I don't think we're going to get a lantern in every single box. I don't think I bought 3. Am I going to get 3 of the same? Listen, if I do, I'm not going to be happy with that. That's not going to be an enjoyable user experience. They'd let people buy 4. Okay. They let people buy 4. If they're going to put the same 2 pops or same 3 pops in every box and they're letting people buy 4, they should have thought about their customers' experience before they did that. And
no,
it's
they'll
not going
have
to be
to
a
deal
good
with
one.
the backlash. That
So
would just be a dumb decision.
They're going to have to, exactly. And I would hope that they thought well enough that that is the case, because I would think about my consumer when I'm trying to put a box together. With that being said, right now, today, knowing everything that I know and seeing the Freddies that I've seen, hoping to get that Two-Face at a minimum, possibly
That's the other thing
I
too.
know
Like,
it's
how can you
next
sit
to
here
no
and say
chance,
that you
but
wouldn't buy boxes because of that 50-piece Franny? Like, I would legit, like, if I wanted to, like, we have 2 addresses. I technically could buy 8 boxes if I wanted to, because it's per household if we wanted to. But I bought 4. I stand by my 4, and I would gladly buy 4 again because of that 50-piece Franny. Like, are you kidding me? How many of you guys in the chat have a pop in your collection under 100 pieces? I bet you it's only like 2 or 3 people. That is a ridiculously rare pop.
I
Like,
don't.
ridiculously rare. Like,
I don't have
one of
one.
them just sold over the weekend. A 100-piece Freddy Iron Man sold over the weekend for $2,100. That 50-piece Franny is probably going to be $2,500 to $3,000. It would be a dumb move not to buy a box if you were trying to go after that pop, So it is show only, and you have a chance at getting a show box from the online drop. Another thing that I think a lot of people just don't understand. You have a chance of getting the pops that are in person. Never been done before. Why Funko is not screaming that? I don't
And
understand.
yes, it's 1 out of 50 boxes. It is gonna be next to impossible, but
It's
there
next to
will be
impossible.
somebody
It's a
out
two
there
percent
that does
chance.
that. Like,
You any
yeah, and it's
any
gonna
NFT,
happen.
we
We're
buy
gonna see it.
NFTs every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. All the NFTs, you have like a 1% chance at pulling those redeemables. So we are familiar with these odds, and people still do it every 2 weeks.
Listen, Chase Chaser said it right before you got on. He
Yeah,
pulled a one
like
of
that is
one
awesome.
NFT. Like, if you could pull, listen, if somebody in our chat can pull a 1-of-1, there is a chance that you can pull this Franny. Yes, it's a long shot, but there's a chance at it. So again, knowing what I know today, I would still buy the 3 boxes. Now, when we get them in hand, and if they all look the exact same, or they're all 2 of the exact same pops and just one thing's different, yeah, I'm not going to be happy with that, and I'll be happy to say that I'm not happy with it. It's just, I think we got to give it a chance. That's all I'm saying. I think you get, and if you don't want to spend your money knowing what you know, I don't think you're
No.
stupid or dumb or any of those things either. I think that's, you gotta put your money where your heart's at as well. And if you don't like taking those chances, just like the NFT stuff, the NFTs are all way. If you guys watched our video today, you'll see sometimes it doesn't go that well. Sometimes you just drop a lot of I would rather spend, if I could take my money back off of one of these, knowing what I know right now, I would take my NFT packs that I bought back, and I would have bought these instead. Like, but I did both, so it doesn't really matter. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if I know what I know after the fact, then things change. I don't know. Like, I don't think it was anything to be super negative about yet. But I'm not also saying, like, if you didn't buy a box because of what was leaked, I understand that. We'll see. Let's see next week how we all feel when we start getting them in hand and we start opening them up. Let's see how we feel. They'll either sell out because the stuff is amazing, or they're going to sit there until next SDCC or past SDCC or whatever.
But just we
If
had,
everything
we
just
talked about it with the issues last year with the Fun on the Run box, or that was 2 years ago with the Fun on the Run box, and those things sat on the website for like 8 months. So, Funko, I think it's pretty easy to make us collectors happy. Like I said, they're never going to meet my standard. They're never going to meet a lot of people's standards, and that's fine. But I think there's a happy medium. This is not it. There's a happy medium that I think would make a majority of the community happy, and this is a reason why a majority of the community is upset. And I sympathize, but at the same time, like I'm not. It's not enough to make me just walk away and get all pissy and then start screaming at people like you're dumb because you bought a box. Like that's not what we need.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I'm in the same spot. And you know what, Gator? I hope you
I'm
also pull.
excited.
I
Yeah,
hope you get that Franny. I hope we just brought that into fruition for you. And you know what? I hope I get 2 lanterns. I would like a red one and
I'm
a
actually I'm still
orange one,
excited for like
maybe a
the
blue
most
one.
basic part of the box, which is
I like
just
the light blue
the
one too.
you know, the basic Freddy, Franny, and Proto con goers. Like I am genuinely still excited for those pops because I like the pop. Like I'm upset that it probably won't have a piece count on it, but I still like the figure. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Like I know there's semantics and there's details that go into all this stuff. Like believe me, I'm so angry still that they are not doing like retailer stickers. Like there's plenty of things where I'm like kind of bummed about the
Yeah.
direction that Funko is going in, but at the same time, like I still like collecting the pops. And I feel like you got to look at the figures at the end of the day and remind yourself, like, we're collecting pops, the boxes, the stickers, all that is secondary. You just got to remind yourself of that. And Dave brought up another great point. Like everything is a gamble. Like a Fun Days box, it's a mystery box. It's a gamble. An NFT pack, it's a gamble. Like if you don't want to gamble, you don't have to. No one's forcing you to.
No, I agree. Now, let's talk about the positive stuff. Let's talk about do we want to get in?
It's been a weird couple days. Yeah, there's some good stuff coming. Let's just get the bad stuff out of the way. I don't know who made this decision, but whatever.
Facet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Facet.
I thought we
We're not done with Facet yet.
But
I'll be honest. I'm pretty surprised that we went the Facet route. Like, and I do listen, I don't like being negative. I mean, I try to be positive, but here, I'm going to give you my straight up thoughts. let's go through these. Let's kind of just talk about it a little bit. What was your general consensus of SDC releases? What was your
I felt like it
general?
was a
What did you think?
7.5 out of 10. Like, not the worst that we've seen in the last few years, but it was lacking enough. Like, it was lacking a little bit to like push it over the edge of like a 8 to 9 for me. And that's
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm like at a 6.5,
and
7.
the
I
only
like
reason
I
I'm at a
was I was
7.5, to be
surprised.
honest, I would be at like a 6 or a 5 is just because they're teasing more reveals. So I feel like I can't make a
Were they okay? Were they teasing
yeah, yeah.
more
They said
reveals?
there's more reveals. Yeah,
Okay, because I missed
they're
that,
not
and I'm
done.
hoping there's
There's
something
more
else to come.
reveals. So
So, okay, so this is a 2,000 piece facet. I think 2,000 might be too many for a
they probably
facet, but what do
they
I
could
know?
have made
I
this
just don't
50
like the
pieces
facet
and
pops. They
yeah.
could have made this one a 50 piece, and 49 people probably would have wanted it, and they would have a hard time getting the last one because facet's just not it for me. And I've not heard from anybody that said like facet is what we need. Whatever. Like, I don't want to talk about facet stuff too much.
This was fun.
I
This
thought
was
this
fine.
one was
This
this.
will
This is fun. This is the
yeah, this will sell
Fantastic
okay
Four,
because of the
right?
movie's coming out. I feel like this will be one of those Marvel pops that's like a $5 pop like in September. But it's like it is what it is.
I think this is cool because it's going to fit in with the movie, and I hope we don't get a regular release
No,
of it
no.
in any form. You know what I mean? Like, I hope we don't get a diamond one, and I hope we don't get a glow in the dark. I hope that this is it, because this is what I think con pop should be. Is exactly this, like a auxiliary character or something kind of on the fringe that's just kind of fun and cool. And I think that this is a good
Yeah.
pop for SDCC. Nothing great, and yeah, it's not a grail or anything like that. I think it's just a fun part of to add to
Yeah,
the
there's really no reason to
the
make another
Fantastic
one,
Four
like,
set.
and
No, there's not. That's so I'm hoping that's gonna be the case on it.
this is just standard. They just have to do this every con. Like, they must have a contract with the Pokemon license, and they just like, all right, another 10
Is
inch.
this a
Yeah, it's a
10-inch?
jumbo.
Because
It's a jumbo.
yeah, you know, listen, they do it every time. They do it in every one. It's fine. They should make these limited is what they should do at this point. Maybe, make some of these really hard to
I
get.
think we should
I don't know
move
if they've done
forward.
that yet.
Honestly, I think if Funko wanted to be, Funko really wanted to like knock it out of the park for San Diego Comic Con, I think I really think every pop should have a piece count. At this point, where we are in 2025, I think every pop
Yes,
should have a piece count.
you know what? I will 100% agree with you. I think where we're at now, they could do a piece count on everything because I think at 9,500 pieces now, where Funko's at, even whatever, I just don't think they need to do any more than that. And it's perceived, you know, rarity at that point because 9,500 pieces
Yeah,
is still a lot of pieces,
I think
you
everything
know.
should be 5,000
But
pieces or less. That's just how it should be. And it,
and I think that this I probably is probably like they
well,
should announce how
they
many.
should
I
do
can't imagine they made
yeah, they
more
should do
than
everything
6,000 of
5,000
these.
pieces or less, including the stuff that they sell at the booth. And
Yeah,
and that
make it
way,
like yeah,
like,
you gotta
honestly,
start
like,
making
they
it
should
hard.
make it very tough. Like, if I was Funko, I would make it tough for people to get stuff online. Like, I would say, like, hey, majority of the stock is for the people coming to the con, and take the 4,000 out of your 5,000 of each pop, and then only put like 1,000 up on the website. And when they sell out, they sell out. Like, because then people are going to be swimming around your website. They might buy other stuff. At San Diego Comic Con, people are going to the booth with the intention of getting the exclusives. They paid all that money to go. Like, I really think that would add hype, because what doesn't add hype is when the exclusives are, yeah, when they're
They
sitting
sit
there
there
and
for
people are like,
6 to
oh
8
well,
months
we knew
and
that one sucked, so
yeah.
yeah, I don't know who this is, but apparently it's a big deal. I don't know. Yeah, I
No,
got
is it?
blasted. A
Is
bunch
this
of
a
people
big
said this
deal?
is going to sell out. Is like a big character right now. I have no idea. So if somebody in the chat wants to
What
enlighten
was this
us,
from?
somebody wrote me like a whole like
Yeah,
life story behind this pop,
really?
as like about, I didn't even read it. It was just like, all right, like, I'm happy for you. If you're excited for this pop, I'm
Alright.
happy for you.
Okay, yeah, no, I know nothing
Neither do I.
about this one at all, so I'm not gonna be able to add too much to that penguin dude.
So
I
this I got
mean,
wrong. I got wrong in my video. I
it
said
just
that it was I thought it was Freddy as Voltron because I just read the post too quick. It said like Freddy presents. It was worded very poorly, but this is just a regular black and white Voltron. But 500 pieces, I think, is a perfect piece count.
it's great. Listen, it's cool, but this is a
Yeah,
Tron. No,
this is gonna be
this is what we just
$250.
got.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it, I didn't get the regular one. Would I get this one? I don't think so. Like
I think the
the
regular
regular
one
one,
looks
I don't
better.
know. And I love black and white pops. I kind of wish they would make a small version of this that was like a maybe like $70 and do like a 6-inch version or something. Because I think the detail, these look amazing in person. I've seen them in person. They're just, I can't justify the
What I also
$250
can't justify
price
is
tag with it
how
though.
on earth are they giving us another jumbo Chan and they're putting sodas in the boxes of fun, but you're telling me there's no regular sodas as San Diego Comic-Con exclusives? Like that is eye-opening. That
I
is really
know.
bizarre.
Yeah, and I don't. That's a whole other. That's
So
going to be a whole other
Nathan,
topic
I
at
agree with
some
you
point, I'm
100%.
sure.
Half of the SDCC drops should have been regular drops. That's why you got to make everything limited. Like you got to prove that, like, all right, this could have been a common pop, but you know what?
Yeah,
It's 5,000 pieces. This could have been a common 1,000 pieces. Like you got to get people like foaming at the mouth, like scratching and trying to get some really cool stuff again. Where a lot of people are probably gonna look at these and they're like, I'll get it whenever.
yeah. Like a lot of this stuff was just, man, just not in my wheelhouse at all. I mean, I think that's why I was saying like a 6.5 for me because there's just like
Yeah,
this is Hello
we like
Kitty, I'm
these.
assuming.
We'll probably get these. Right.
Yeah, and I'm not talking like it's
No,
just not in
no.
my wheelhouse. I'm not even saying that this is
No,
bad in
I
any
think
way.
this will
Like
do
it's
well
great
just because the
for.
Sanrio IP, which has like the Hello Kitty and all the different friends and stuff,
Yep, yep.
it's really popular right now. So it's a smart move by them giving us these two characters. So smart on their part. I think these are cool. I like the X-Men pops. I think they did a good job. I saw a bunch of people in the chat said they're excited for the X-Men stuff. I like seeing the different Marvel characters instead of just another, fill in the blank. But I think they did a good job. I like them.
Yeah, X-Men 97 was it was a great show. I mean, again, like even for this for me, like and I said in our video the other day, like for the most part, I'm only collecting the comic versions at this point, and I probably won't get any of the X-Men. And I do have some of the X-Men 97, but this is cool though. The great show. Gambit was an amazing character. If you guys have not watched X-Men 97, go watch it. It was fantastic, and maybe you know it's probably not for me, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a different form of
Randy, I
Gambit
agree
that
with
we
you. Yeah,
haven't
nothing
seen
over
before.
3K. I mean, that would all sell out super quick. So
Yeah, like I'd like to see a limited piece Spider-Man because like what's special about this? Do you know what I'm saying? I am
it's
not trying
special.
to
It's
like I'm
special
trying to
if
say like it's just
you get in
another
the
leaping
weeds because this is
Spider-Man.
Ben Riley's sensational Spider-Man. So if you get in the weeds on it, which I went down a whole rabbit hole and did my research, you got to be
So you
like
got to be
super
like,
nerd. Like if you just look
okay,
at it, you're like, oh, it's just a
well,
regular Spider-Man. Like yeah, to you it could just be to most people it's just gonna
that's
be a
what I
regular
said.
Spider-Man. But to like the hardcore, Spider-Man fanatics, like they're gonna understand, based on the different Spider logo, who he is and everything. So it's a big deal for the Spider-Man collectors, but it's not. It should have been limited. Like there's no reason why not at this point.
Should be limited, stuff like that's cool. I actually, like I appreciate when they have something along with it. Like that is you said that honestly but the only is like when you got to explain it
You got to
to
explain it. Yeah.
understand it because I do
Now,
find like value in that when you find that out.
yeah, so what will be cool for Funko, which I'm sure they won't do. I'm sure it'll just say Spider-Man on the back of the box. But if they actually explained like who this character was, like just really quick, like the short and skinny of it is this is based on Ben Riley. Ben Riley was a clone of Peter Parker, and he briefly took over the mantle of Spider-Man in the late 90s in the comics as Sensational Spider-Man. So that is just like the shortest, most condensed version. I'm sure there's some comic book people in here that can correct me, and expand on that, but that was just based on all the research I did, the people I talked to. That's just the basic gist of it. So from that perspective, I think it's great.
And you know what? You just sold me. Here's the first pop I'm picking up for SDCC.
I'm excited too.
I mean,
I'm gonna grab
seriously,
it.
like I think
wish it was
that's
limited, but
I like I like the backstory of it. It was kind of like when we got the pink suit the pink suit Batman, the pink cowl Batman, not the
Yep.
pink suit, but the pink cowl bat. Like when I found out it was actually from one of the
Yeah.
like it changes. I thought it was just pink just because they couldn't think of another color to do it. I like when there's some kind of a
And yeah,
backstory to
Gator,
it.
you're correct. Ben Riley is Scarlet Spider, but when he took over the mantle of Spider-Man, because Scarlet Spider and Spider-Man are different, he became this sensational Spider-Man. So thank you, Dave. Dave backed me up on that. I know Dave's a comic book expert. And Fresh Finds, if you're really upset, man, you don't have to watch the stream anymore. I can tell you're really angry, and you don't have to keep dropping rude comments. But 2,000 piece Huckleberry Hound.
Well, what about Huckleberry Hound? Why? Who doesn't love
I think
Huckleberry Hound? Holding Huckleberry
I think it's
Hound.
fine for the Hanna-Barbera people. Like, it's glitter. It's cute.
I'll be honest. I would try to get this, but I'm sure this is going to be show only.
I
Is
think it's
what I
one
would
of the
imagine.
better. Oh yeah, it'll be show only for sure. I think it's one of the better limited pieces. Yeah, I was too. And a bunch of people reached out and they said because there was a whole drama behind the Huckleberry Hound statue being taken down at Funko HQ. Apparently, it had nothing to do with Brian Mariotti, but apparently the Huckleberry Hound limited piece at San Diego Comic-Con does have to do with Brian Mariotti, and they're putting one of his favorite characters as a limited piece to like try to rub it in his face, I guess, for San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know the whole.
Oh, is that what
Yeah,
they're
I don't know. I
doing?
guess
Oh,
there's still
seems very
some
funny.
animosity there between him and Funko as a company, which is just sad. Like, we're all grown adults. Like, just move on, people.
Biddies.
Now, this should have been a regular
I
release.
actually think this
I
is
don't
kind of cool.
These are cool, but like this should have been a regular release. I don't understand why. Like, unless this was like 1,000 pieces or something, like why are we selling? Unless I think they just wanted to sell as much Fantastic Four stuff at the con because the movie's dropping that weekend. So
Yeah, that I think that's what it is. I think it's but yeah, you're right. Well, they're gonna have plenty of these on the website. I don't see this being it's not limited. I mean,
this
I
is
don't think there was any
there's 100,000
yeah,
units for sure.
there's gonna be a ton of these, and I think that's exactly why they did what they did. It's not a regular release. They did like any kind of limited release either. So
Yeah, this character, I think it's cool. Another first time pop at San Diego Comic-Con for her. I don't remember her from Danny Phantom, but I only watched Danny Phantom a handful of times growing up.
yeah, I've watched Danny, but I don't remember her either.
Stitch, I mean, this is like they kind of had to. I feel like this is going to sell very well just because of the movie. Everyone loves Stitch even without a movie, so I think this is going to be one of the fastest sellouts or faster sellouts.
Yeah, it's a good Stitch, but man, we have got a lot of Stitches lately though
It doesn't
too.
matter. They keep making them. Actually, today
We've
is
got a lot of Stitches overall, but
yeah, but it doesn't like people keep buying them. Like, today is Stitch Day. I didn't even realize it was a day now. 626 Day is now Stitch Day.
yeah, 626.
People love Stitch, so I think I think this is gonna do well. Also, if you want to get nitty gritty on this one too, this is one of the few. Like, there's actually not that many Stitch pops where he has all 4 arms. So, that's a cool detail that this one has. I guess if you're looking at it from that perspective, but not one that we
Yeah, and I
need.
think there's only 2 or 3 that he has a surfboard.
Yeah, but like that's we're really going. Yeah, Nathan, this would have been whoo if they made this like 5,000 pieces. Yeah, this would have sold out. But I think it'll sell out at the con online. Who knows? Probably not. Oh,
Yeah,
Dave,
the kind of I would say yeah, it just depends on how many they,
yeah.
Stitch could be there could be 20,000 of these, 30,000 of these. And no, they won't sell out super quick if that's the case.
No, not at all. I like this Batman. This is cool. I'm gonna pick this up. I like this one. Oh yeah, no, Anna, I noticed that as well. Why the Stitch says only in theaters May 23rd. Yeah, I don't. Maybe that was part of the branding or like licensing marketing that they had to use. I saw that too. I thought it was really weird. I'm like, that was like, you know, a month ago now, but whatever. Is my internet cutting out or? Oh, I guess we lost Vince. I like the Batman. If I'm still live and people are still with me, I don't know what's going on if it's my internet or Vince's internet, but I like the Batman. I don't think it's going to be a popular one, but I think it's cool. I like the different bat logo and the wings in front. Oh, we lost you, Vince. You back?
Am I back?
Are you back? I think so. Nope. Oh, now it's just Batman. Batman's running the show.
There.
Are you back? Okay, back now. Yeah, I think you're good now. But yeah, I like this Batman. You know, it's Batman. What can you? I don't know what else to say about it. It's a cool suit, it's a cool mold.
Yeah, it's another Batman.
Yeah, if for a Batman mold, it's not bad. This is cool. I think this is fire. I think this is going to be one of the more popular ones just because I don't think we'll ever see these two characters again, or we shouldn't see these two characters ever again. Like this to me is the quality that we should be consistently getting at San Diego Comic-Con.
Another 2-pack though.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's Franny.
No, I mean, it's fine. Franny. Close up of Franny.
Franny looks great. Curious to see what her aftermarket value is. This is cool. I know we're going to be picking this up for Joanna's collection. She was joking that a bunch of people were joking this is the Portuguese SpongeBob because they're all about you know, cleaning and making the house look good.
I'm going to touch that one.
I have a Portuguese wife. That's what she tells me. I think this will do well. You know, it's one piece.
No, that's okay for you. And we have our first One Piece. I think that we had 2 One Piece, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. Did we have another one? I know, or is this the only one? I think I think this is the only One Piece. I think what's also good about this one is you won't have the issue, hopefully, with like the other One Piece ships in the past, where some of them have like, you know, delicate flags and like the top masts and stuff. I don't think you're gonna have that issue with this one. So
yep.
I think it'll do well. I think it'll sell very well.
Yeah, I mean they always do.
This is cool.
Then we got our I keep calling Joker. We got our Two-Face, which I can't wait for. And I believe there was I don't know how these ended up out of order. Hold on one second. Oh, we almost forgot about Bing.
Oh god, with the this would have been with the thought bubble or the word bubble. This would have been a perfect pop.
If they would have taken the word bubble out, this would have been cool.
I hate the word bubble. It just reminds me of the stupid Popsies.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of the we could definitely just get rid of the word bubbles, I think, as well. Listen, since we're here, I think there was 1 or 2 more pops we'll get to. They got the drop tomorrow for Predator. Anybody going after?
Only 750 pieces, here? So it might be worth trying.
Was it 750?
Or no, I'm sorry. It was 750 rewards points. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not 750 pieces. It's like 3,500.
No, but it does look. Oh man, I don't remember how many pieces it is now, and there is no shot that. Let me see if I can get that full screen real quick. Hold on. Let's see if we can look together. Unless anybody knows.
It looks like 3,500. Yeah, 3,500.
1,000 piece. Does that say 1,000?
I think it says 3,500.
Oh, geez. 3,500. No, I'm not doing this. Okay, yeah, no, not for me. I don't really even like this mold that much anyway, so I'm not going to be upset that I'm not going to go after this one tomorrow.
Oh, the Spider Cat
Predator.
The Spider
Stands up
Cat
there.
drops tomorrow. Oh, I was wondering about when that was showing up. I need that Spider Cat. I think it's cute.
Where was Spider Cat for? Oh, Entertainment
Earth.
Earth.
Yeah, Entertainment Earth, 5,000
Oh,
piece.
Tank Girl. Did you ever watch? Listen, you never saw
I have no
Jaws. There's
idea.
no shot
I
that
have,
you ever
I
watched
have
Tank Girl.
no idea who Tank Girl is, but I think it's cool that
Tank
she's
Girl
coming for a con.
movie from the 90s. I want to say movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
Wasn't a good movie from what I remember, but
Can
I
we
don't
take
remember
her?
much from the 90s.
Can we tank her tank? Can we take her tank mold and morph it into a tumbler, please, from the Dark Knight?
It probably would have sold better. I
No, I
don't
think it would have sold
this
better.
Yeah, this is that's kind of a weird one, but again, I don't mind it for,
No,
your
I like getting
obscure.
I think San Diego Comic-Con should feature some off the wall stuff like that, especially rides. We don't get many rides for cons.
Yeah, and then you got a Naruto with the kitty ears.
Oh god, I got blown up on this pop so bad. Some lady, I wish I could bring it up, but I'm not trying to put this lady on blast. She sent us an email because I said in our video I didn't think this one was going to sell out or do very well with my limited Naruto knowledge, and she like wholeheartedly, and she made a very good argument too. So I could be, completely wrong. I'm wrong more times than not, evidently when it comes to Funko stuff. But she thinks it's going to do tremendously well. It's a very important moment, very important pose, and very significant that Naruto here has the cat ears. So I said in my video I didn't think it was going to do very well just because I don't see a lot of Naruto hype these days. But let me know, Naruto fans in the chat, is this going to do? Are you excited for this? Or are we not excited for this?
Yeah, I'd be curious on this as well because I also feel like I don't get a lot of people that ask about Naruto anymore.
No,
I feel like
no.
they've moved on to Demon Slayer and whatever, One Piece. And oh, speaking of Demon Slayer,
Demon
we got
Slayer is
another.
where it's at, man. You get some wives.
I keep hearing that.
This
Like
is
I hear that Demon
so.
Slayer's
I
the.
am shocked that Funko would make something. I'm shocked that any toy company would make something like this, to be honest. Like, I don't think this is. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Like, I just don't think this is a good thing to sell. Like, I don't like. Does that make sense? Like, I don't.
It
I don't
reminds
know.
me of like the scene from Jabba the Hutt. No.
A little bit, but I don't think we should promote having more than one partner. Like, I don't know. That's just my
I'm
opinion.
fine with that.
You're
What's the
fine with
big
that?
deal? I mean,
I
maybe it's important to the show. I don't know. I've never
I
watched Demon
guess.
Slayer, so
I guess. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what the you know,
Polygamy, is that what it is when you have more than one wife? I don't know.
it's yeah, that might be it. I don't know either. I've never looked into it. Happy to say that I've never looked into. So
Yeah.
that was basically it. I think that was pretty much SDCC in a nutshell for now.
No Star
Um
Wars. I was hurt. I was hurt by that.
No Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It was like my kids say. I thought it was a little bit mid this year. Not a lot, just not a lot for me.
Not a lot for me, but I think there is some good stuff. That's why I said 7.5. And my 7.5 will go down based on the other stuff that they come out with. So they come
Yeah,
out with some other cool stuff, then it'll go up.
listen, we had how many were there? There had to be almost 20 things there.
Yeah.
There can't be that much more that they're gonna announce.
Well, we
You
didn't get
think?
like a regular Freddy Franny Proto, which I think in the picture they posted, it kind of teased it like we're gonna get like an Explorer, Franny, Freddy, and Proto trio, which would be
Okay.
cool. I'd be excited for that. I want to see something Star Wars. I know some people also comment in our video saying that Star Wars needs a break. We don't need any more Star Wars. Like, I disagree. Like, I live Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Like, I talk about Star Wars every single day. So, to see Tengen and his multiple wives get a pop and nothing from Star Wars, like, that kind of hurts, especially since, just like all these animes, like Star Wars is still coming out with content. So I think they could find one spot in their catalog for one Star Wars exclusive, even if it's another Vader. Like, I would rather have another Vader or another Kylo Ren than nothing. But for Star Wars to get zero representation, to me, it just screams that Star Wars as an IP is not important to Funko, because San Diego Comic-Con is you can make the argument it's bigger than New York, it's not bigger than New York, but like this is their premier collectibles. They're supposed to be putting and showcasing all their important IPs. So if Star Wars isn't important to Funko anymore, like that kind of hurts.
Yeah, it's I'll be curious to see how much more they're going to announce, because I feel like it's already a pretty big catalog, and like overall it was just not overwhelming. It's
No, it was nothing crazy.
yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of like the box of fun. Like I said before, looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing the first glimpses of what's going to get pulled. I'll be checking out Whatnot, see what
Yeah.
people are trying to flip around, and see what we can look to expect. Are we going to see a bunch of lanterns in the boxes there? I mean, I hope not, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm still excited for the weekend. Yeah, just echoing everything you said. I'll be swimming around Whatnot all weekend too. So, seeing what everybody's getting. I'm excited to see, everybody who has boxes on the way. Like, I'm excited to see what you pull, regardless of and I see like people are tagging me, and I guess there's some lists that have been leaking. Like, I prefer to not see a list, to not like, I'm okay with a few leaks. I don't want to see everything that's in the boxes. I think that sucks the fun out of the room. But I hope everybody going to Fun Days this weekend, I hope you have a blast. If you're already there, I hope you have a great time. Like, enjoy the camaraderie, enjoy the community. Just enjoy getting to meet people that you might not have met before in the community. Maybe you only know them by their username, or if you do know people and you're meeting up with friends, like, just have a good time. This is a special event.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those that it's weird. It is weird this year. I mean, because it is separated from I'll be curious to see what they do next year and then going forward. And again, we got to kind of see what's in the boxes, but it seems just a little bit out of sorts. You expect it, or
Right. It was
I
rushed.
like it. I like it to be around SDCC, and this is just a little bit different, and it just
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think different can be good. I still think that this could have been a recipe for a mega success. Obviously, a couple things happened in the last 24 hours. Probably not. So we'll see moving forward. Like, I think it's still salvageable as a very good weekend, an overall positive event. It just depends on where you look at it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we covered all the points and talked about everything. And I'll just say this one more time: like, if you are excited, be positive. If you're not excited, that's okay. Like, Funko's going to drop other stuff. There's going to be other boxes of fun in the future. They could bring back the Fright Night box for Halloween. They could do a Christmas, Funko Shop mystery box like they did in years past. Like, there's always something next coming on the horizon. And I think that's a good thing with collectibles and the amount of stuff that companies like Funko put out. Like, sometimes it can be overwhelming if it's a lot of stuff that fits what you enjoy collecting and enjoy talking about and what you're passionate about. But sometimes when there's a little bit of a lull and you're like, all right, they're not putting stuff out that I necessarily want or care about, like, then just enjoy it and just take the pause, take a break, give your wallet a rest, and look forward to the next thing.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what it is. It's not trying to be overly positive. It's just, why be overly negative? I mean, let it kind of, take it for what it is. Like you just said, John, this SDCC won't be one. Typically, I'm getting like half the catalog. Like, I could easily circle
Yeah.
half the catalog. This is not going to be that year for me. But, I bought 3 boxes of fun, which I'm still, honest to God, I'm still looking forward to all 3 of those, believe it or not. We got the NFT packs last week. Enjoyed opening those, even though it was a little bit of a disaster. Go watch the video that came out today if you guys like to do that. But still looking forward. It's always this time of year is always fun. I always enjoy the leaks, and I think not the leaks. I always enjoy the announcement of SDCC and all the pops. It seemed, again, I don't know why they did it this week. I wish it would have been next week when it kind of been on their own, but sometimes it's too early, sometimes it's too late. They're not going to make everybody happy. I guess that's just, I would have liked them just to curtail everything to my needs and my desires, and only come out with Masters of the Universe pops, Thundercats, and Star Wars. But I guess
I
that's not
mean,
happening.
it's funny. Dennis brings up a good point. Like, I think one of the reasons why we have such a large Lego collection is, all the years when there was some lulls with Funko, we were like, all right, I'm gonna take this money that I was gonna use on something for Funko, and I'm gonna go buy a Lego set. And
Yeah.
August 1st is looking pretty good with that turbo tank and the V19. Woo, I'm excited for that stuff.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to opening up our Thrilljoy stuff once it all comes in. I like, and just to kind of wrap up that whole discussion, like, I think they are missing out, kind of what we were talking about with the soda. I'm also very interested to see what soda we're going to be getting in the box. I think that I'm probably looking forward to most about the boxes that we'll start seeing tomorrow and, over the weekend is what sodas are going to be in there. Because I think that experience, the blind opening of, I think, I felt like I was excited seeing that on people posting that they've got the chase. Man, I've seen how did so many people get the crane chase? How did people get multiple cranes, 96 pieces? And I've seen people with multiple ones. How did you guys do that? And somebody reach out to me, please. I got to try to get that one because I know that that's going to be impossible. But, I miss that portion of that. So I'm looking forward to the sodas. What if the sodas are super fun?
I hope the sodas are fire. I hope they're straight fire. And I hope they drop like some crazy. I hope it's like a 500-piece soda.
Me too.
With the case. Oh, we lose Vince again. Vince, you there? There you are. Oh. Can you hear me, Vince?
Woo. I hate my internet. I honestly, my internet was it was firing in all cylinders. I was so happy with the way everything was set up, even though I'm on my stupid laptop again and I've got a brand new computer.
It was good for the first hour.
It sucks now, and I hate it. It's so frustrating. You want to get mad? I'm mad at my internet cable provider. Would you guys like to talk about that for the next 20 minutes or like?
Anna, I did see the 2 new Lego Ideas promo sets. I am very excited for the that lunar car. I actually do have a couple really cool Lego videos that we're going to be dropping specifically that are Fantastic Four based. So, and one of them may or may not include a fantastic car. So I'm excited for that.
Nice. Jen, listen, do you listen? Do you have anything else we'd like to go over? Is there anything that we missed? Is there anything that
I think we
I feel like we covered everything. I don't want to just keep saying let's be positive, let's be positive for the next half hour. I think
we
have
a lot to look forward to this weekend starting tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow morning. I mean, our phones are going to be blowing up probably all day tomorrow with leaks and pictures and reveals and stuff. So it's going to be a very busy and a very exciting weekend. But
guys, enjoy this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys are new or if you're watching on the replay, you've not participated in the box of fun, ignore all the outside noise right now. Enjoy this weekend. That's exactly what it is. And again, it's not that you can't be critical because once you get stuff in hand, be as critical as you want. Nobody has to be happy. I still think you could do it in a, you don't have to be in a hating kind of way because sometimes the messages and comments do get like it just gets over the top. Do it in a, try to enjoy the process of everything. Get the stuff in hand before you get too upset. And then really just enjoy the weekend. It's always a fun time to see what people are going to be pulling. Don't crap all over their fun. Excuse my French with the crap word. But if they are excited about what they're pulling this weekend, I just don't think that it's a time that anybody has to be negative. If they're enjoying their boxes, enjoying the experiences and that kind of thing, let that happen. And, we'll see what we get. Hopefully the boxes, I think ours shipped. So we should have them in next week. Hopefully next week or the week after the 4th, we'll be opening them up and we'll see how we all do. I mean, other than that, John, what do you have coming up this week? What do you got going on?
We were going to try to do a Fun Days live at some point, either tomorrow or this weekend, Riley. I don't know if we're going to just because we have an all-day family event tomorrow. And then we have our auction tomorrow night, but I don't think we'll have enough time in between when the family event ends and when, like I need a couple minutes. Like I usually need like an hour to prep for the auction. So I don't think I'll have time to do a live stream tomorrow. Maybe Saturday or Sunday if time permits with my work schedule, but we'll see. If anything, at the very least, maybe I'll make a reaction video if there's some really good stuff that comes out. But yeah, overall, we're just excited to get our boxes. We'll have some videos and stuff out like normal in the next few days. Not Funko related, but just to try to throw some positivity out there. I cracked our first Lego set today in the brand new studio, and I started crafting our first video where I'm actually going to be building a set, and I'm excited because it's going to debut the type of content, like the style of content that I want to release semi regularly on our Lego channel, Slapshot Bricks. And it's a little bit of a different take than what I've seen. It's not like anything revolutionary, but I've seen some other creators do some similar stuff, but I'm hoping that it's a style that you guys will enjoy. So it's taken a lot of work, and I'm enjoying all the, it's a different spin, and it's different territory for me. Actually I tried it a few years ago and I did not have the right equipment. I did not have the right setup, but now with the new camera and the studio and the lights and the beautiful table we have, I do have the right equipment to do everything that I need to do, and I have the space that I need to do it. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. I think even if you're not a fan of the type of set that I'm building, I hope that it's a style video that like anybody can watch it, and it's going to be, I'm shooting for like 8 to 10 minutes. So not like a super long video. So that, anybody can cruise through and be like, wow, that's really cool. So that's what I'm excited about. And then, obviously
nice.
Just regular chaos around here, but that's what we got. Oh no, Vince. Did we lose Vince? Oh God. He looks so content right now, Or is it me? Is it my internet? Am I live right now? Or am I talking to myself? I see Professor Josh is in the chat. Somebody say something in the chat, because I don't know what's happening. Oh God, it might be me. It says my internet's strong. Vince is broken. Okay, that makes me feel better. But you guys can still hear me, right?
Can anyone hear me?
It's not you, John. Vince is broken.
I'm gonna start crying. Can anybody hear me at all?
No, nobody could hear you until now. You were completely frozen. All right, everybody says I was scared. I was so scared. I was like, am I live?
Well, I was crying. You know what? I better. No, John. Yours is fine. You know what? I'm so frustrated. Like, I hate technology. I'm pretty good with technology. Yeah, my wife's texting me that I'm frozen. I know that I'm frozen. This computer sucks. My laptop sucks. Everything sucks, except for you beautiful people. And listen, we got stuff coming up this week. Can anybody hear me right now?
You're good. I think you're live. You're with us.
You guys can hear me. Then I'm going to wrap this up because this is unbelievably frustrating. So guys, listen, I'm going to stay positive before you guys start hearing me swear. Things that you've never would imagine that would come out of my mouth is what it will end up happening. I really appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We got videos coming out next week. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. You can see what we got. Listen, thank you guys for joining us again. Thank you for ultimately, I feel like we got through it all together. We got all talked off the ledge a little bit. Maybe we're still a little bit on the edge, but let's enjoy what we got coming up next week. Open up your stuff and then slam everything that you want after that. If you're not happy with it, you're allowed to voice your opinions now. Who am I? I'm not anybody's judge. But guys, seriously, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to cut out before I get cut out again. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys next week. We are live next week, correct?
As far as I know, yeah.
We are live unless we're not going to be live. Then we will let you guys know. So